It's a nice day today. Jessica has brown eyes. There's a there's a very old church in this town. Do you like Italian food? I don't speak any foreign languages. There are some beautiful yellow flowers in the yard. They live in a modern house. Have you met any famous people? The weather is nice today. These flowers are very beautiful. Are you cold? Should I close the window? I'm hungry. Can I have something to eat? The movie wasn't very good. It was boring. Please be quiet. I'm reading. I'm hungry. You look tired. I feel tired. You sound happy. It smells good. It tastes good. You look tired. I feel tired. Eric told me about his new job. It sounds really interesting. I'm not going to eat this fish. It doesn't smell good. He's tired. He feels tired. He looks tired. They are happy. They look happy. They sound happy. It is good. It smells good. It tastes good. He ate his dinner very quickly. Suddenly the shelf fell down. The train stopped suddenly. I opened the door slowly. Please listen carefully. I understand you perfectly. It's raining heavily. Sue is very quiet. Be careful. It was a bad game. I felt nervous. Sue speaks very quietly. Listen carefully. Our team played badly. I waited nervously. Sue's job is very hard. Ben is a fast runner. The bus was late. The bus was early. Sue works very hard. Ben can run fast. I went to bed late. I went to bed early. Your English is very good. It was a good game. You speak English very well. Our team played well. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. And you? Rome is old, but Athens is older. Is it cheaper to go by car or by train? Helen wants a bigger car. This coat is okay, but I think the other one is nicer. Don't take the bus, it's easier to take a taxi. How far is it to the station? A mile? No, it's further, about 2 miles. You should be more careful. I don't like my job. I want to do something more interesting. The weather wasn't very good yesterday, but it's better today. Do you feel better today? No, I feel worse. Which is worse, a headache or a toothache? I'm taller than you. She's taller than him. The Capitol Hotel is more expensive than the Grand Hotel. Athens is older than Rome. Are oranges more expensive than bananas? It's easier to take a taxi than to take the bus. How are you today? Not bad, better than yesterday. The restaurant is more crowded than usual. I can run faster than him. I can run faster than he can. You are a better singer than me. You are a better singer than I am. I got up earlier than her. I got up earlier than she did. How much did your shoes cost? $100? No, more than that. The movie was very short, less than an hour. They have more money than they need. You go out more than me. Box A is a little Box A is a little bigger than Box B. Box C is much bigger than Box D. Canada is much bigger than France. Sue is a little older than Josh. She's 25 and he's 24. The hotel was more expensive than I expected. You go out much more than me. She's old, but she's not as old as he is. Box A isn't as big as Box B. Rome is not as old as Athens. The Grand Hotel isn't as expensive as the Western. I don't play soccer as often as you. The weather is better than it was yesterday. It isn't as cold. I don't have as much money as you. I don't know as many people as you. I don't go out as much as you. Rome is not as old as Athens. Athens is older than Rome. Tennis isn't as popular as soccer. Soccer is more popular than tennis. I don't go out as much as you. You go out more than me. She's not as old as him. She's not as old as he is. You don't work as hard as me. You don't work as hard as I do. The weather today is the same as yesterday. My hair is the same color as yours. I arrived at the same time as Tom. I arrived at the same time as Tim. Box A is bigger than box B. Box A is bigger than all the other boxes. Box A is the biggest box. The Best West Motel is more expensive than the Sleep-In. The Best West Motel is more expensive than all the other motels in town. The Best West Motel is the most expensive motel in town. The church is very old. It's the oldest building in the town. What is the longest river in the world? Money is important, but it isn't the most important thing in life. Excuse me, where is the nearest bank? Mike is a good player, but he isn't the best in the team. Mike is a good player, but he isn't the best on the team. The movie was very bad. I think it's the worst movie I've ever seen. What is the most usual thing you've ever done? I only have $5. Not enough for a taxi. She isn't going to take a taxi. She doesn't have enough money. He can't reach the tap. He isn't tall enough. Is there enough salt in this soup? Is there enough salt in the soup? Yes, it's fine. We wanted to play football, but we didn't have enough players. Why don't you buy a car? You've got enough money. I've got some money, but not enough to buy a car. Would you like some more treat? No thanks, I've had enough. You are always at home, you don't go out enough. Do you want to go swimming? No, it isn't. No, it isn't warm enough. Can you hear the radio? Is it loud enough for you? Don't buy that coat. It's nice, but it isn't long enough. This sweater isn't big enough for me. I don't have enough money for a new car. I don't have enough money to buy a new car. Is your English good enough to have a conversation? There aren't enough chairs for everybody to sit down. His shoes are too big for him. There is too much sugar in it. Can you turn the radio down? It's too loud. I can't work, I'm too tired. I think you work too hard. It's too loud. I don't like the weather here. There is too much rain. Let's go to another restaurant. There are too many people here. Emily studies all the time. I think she studies too much. Traffic is a problem in this town. There are too many cars. The head is too big for him. The music is too loud. Can you turn it down, please? There's too much sugar in my coffee. I don't feel very well. I ate too much. The head isn't big enough for him. The music isn't loud enough. Can you turn it up, please? There's not enough sugar in my coffee. You are very thin. You don't need enough. These shoes are too big for me. It's a small house, too small for a large family. I'm too tired to go out. It's too cold to sit outside. She speaks too fast for me to understand. Sue bought some new shoes yesterday. Sue bought some new shoes yesterday. He speaks English very well. I like Italian food very much. Did you watch TV all night? Jack often wears a black hat. Jack often wears a black hat. We invited a lot of people to the party. I opened the door slowly. Why do you always make the same mistake? I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. We went to a party last night. Liz walks to work every day. Liz walks to work every day. Will you be at home tonight? I usually go to bed early. We arrived at the airport at 7. We lived in the same house for 20 years. Joe's father has been in hospital since June. My brother never speaks to me. She's always late. Do you often go to restaurants? I sometimes eat too much. Don't forget to call Laura. I already called her. I have 3 sisters. They are all married. I always drink coffee in the morning. Sarah often goes to Chicago on business. You sometimes look unhappy. They usually have dinner at 7. We rarely watch TV. We seldom watch TV. Nick is a good swimmer. He also plays tennis and volleyball. I have 3 sisters. They all live in the same city. I'm always tired. They are never at home during the day. It is usually very cold here in winter. When I was a child, I was often late for school. Where's Laura? She's still in bed. I have 2 brothers. They are both doctors. I will always remember you. It doesn't often rain here. Do you usually drive to work? I can never find my keys. Have you ever been to Egypt? Did the phone just ring? They were all invited to the wedding. An hour ago, it was raining. The rain hasn't stopped it. It is still raining now. I had a lot to eat, but I'm still hungry. Did you sell your car? No, I still have it. Do you still live in Los Angeles? No, I live in San Francisco now. Bill will be here soon. 20 minutes ago, they were waiting for Bill. Where's Bill? He's very late. They are still waiting for Bill. Bill hasn't come yet. Where's Emma? She isn't here yet. What are you doing tonight? I don't know yet. Are you ready to go yet? Not yet. In a minute. Have you decided what to do yet? No, I'm still thinking about it. She hasn't left yet. She's still here. I haven't finished my homework yet. I'm still doing it. What time is your coming? He's already here. I'm going to tell you what happened. That's not necessary. I already know. Sarah isn't coming to the movies with us. She already saw the film. I gave the keys to Sarah. I gave Sarah the keys. That's my book. Give it to me. There are Sue's keys. These are Sue's keys. Can you give them to her? Can you give these flowers to your mother? I rent my car to a friend of mine. Did you send a postcard to Kate? We've seen these pictures. You showed them to us. Give me that book. It's mine. Tom gave his mother some flowers. I rent Joe some money. How much money did you rent him? I sent you an email. Did you get it? Nicole showed us her vacation photos. Can you pass me the salt, please? I bought my mother some flowers. I'm going to the store. Can I get you anything? I gave the keys to Sarah. I gave Sarah the keys. That's my book. Can you give it to me? Can you give me that book? I gave it to her. Here are the keys. Give them to your father. The car stopped. The driver got out. The car stopped and the driver got out. We stayed home and watched TV. My sister is married and lives in Houston. He doesn't like her, and she doesn't like him. I bought a sandwich, but I didn't eat it. It's a nice house, but it doesn't have a garage. Do you want to go out, or are you too tired? I got home, had something to eat, sat down in an armchair, and fell asleep. Karen is at work, Sue is shopping, and Chris is playing football. It was very hot, so I opened the window. Joe plays a lot of sports, so he's very fit. They don't like to travel, so they haven't been to many places. I opened the window because it was very hot. Joe can't come to the party because he's leaving town. Liz is hungry because she didn't have a breakfast. Because it was very hot, I opened the window. It was late and I was tired, so I went to bed. I love New York, but I wouldn't like to live. I love New York, but I wouldn't like to live there because it's too big. I wouldn't like to live there. I wouldn't like to live there because it's too big. I love New York, but I wouldn't like to live there because it's too big. I love New York, but I wouldn't like to be here. I wouldn't like to live there. I wouldn't like to live there. I wouldn't like to be there. I wouldn't like to be alive. I wouldn't like to live there because it's too big. I love New York, but I wouldn't like to live there because it's too big. When I went out, it was raining. When I went out, it was raining. It was raining when I went out. When you are tired, don't drive. Don't drive when you are tired. Heather was 25 when she got married. When Heather got married, she was 25. Always look both ways before you cross the street. Before you cross the street, always look both ways. While I was waiting for the bus, it began to rain. It began to rain while I was waiting for the bus. He never played football again after he broke his leg. After he broke his leg, he never played football again. Next week, Sarah is going to New York. She has a friend, Hannah, who lives in New York. But Hannah is also going away to Mexico, so they won't see each other in New York. Hannah will be in Mexico when Sarah is in Europe. I will be in Mexico when you are here. When I get home tonight, I'm going to take a shower. I can't talk to you now. I will talk to you later when I have more time. Please close the window before you go out. Rachel is going to stay in our apartment while we are away. I will wait here until you come back. Should we take the bus or a taxi? If we take the bus, it will be cheaper. We will get there more quickly if we take a taxi. If we take the bus, it will be cheaper. If you don't hurry, you will miss the train. If you are hungry, have something to eat. If the phone rings, can you answer it, please? It will be cheaper if we take the bus. You will miss the train if you don't hurry. I'm going to the concert if I can get a ticket. Is it okay if I use your phone? Are you going to the concert? Yes, if I can get a ticket. If you see Anna tomorrow, can you ask her to call me? If I'm late If I'm late tonight, don't wait for me. What should we do if it rains? If I don't feel well tomorrow, I will stay home. Are you going out later? Maybe. If I go out, I will close the windows. Are you going out later? Yes, I am. When I go out, I will close the windows. When I get home tonight, I'm going to take a shower. If I'm late, if I'm late tonight, don't wait for me. We are going to play basketball if it doesn't rain. We are going to play basketball if it doesn't rain. Dan likes fast cars, but he doesn't have one. He doesn't have enough money. If he had the money, he'd buy a fast car. If he had the money, he'd buy a car. He'd buy a car if he had the money. I don't know the answer. If I knew the answer, I'd tell you. It's raining, so we're not going out. We'd get wet if we went out. Emily lives in a city. She likes cities. She wouldn't be happy if she lived in the country. If you didn't have a job, what would you do? I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'd help you if I could. If we had a car, we could travel more. I wouldn't go out if I were you. It's not a very nice place. I wouldn't go there if I were you. It'd be nice if the weather was better. What would Tom do if he were here? I want to go and see Harlan. If I have time, I will go today. I like that jacket. I will buy it if it isn't too expensive. I will help you if I can. I want to go and see Harlan. If I have time, I would go today. I like this jacket, but it's very expensive. I'd buy it if it wasn't so expensive. I'd help you if I could, but I can't. I met a woman. She can speak 6 languages. I met a woman who can speak 6 languages. Jack was wearing a hat. It was too big for him. Jack was wearing a hat that was too big for him. Jack was wearing a hat which was too big for him. A thief is a person who steals things. Do you know anybody who can play the piano? The man who called didn't give his name. The man who called didn't give his name. The people who work in the office are very friendly. The people who work in the office are very friendly. The man who called didn't give his name. An airplane is a machine that flies. Emma lives in a house that is 100 years old. The people that work in the office are very friendly. The people that work in the office are very friendly. An airplane is a machine which flies. Emma lives in a house which is 100 years old. Do you remember the woman who played the piano at the party? The man who called didn't give his name. The man who called didn't give his name. The man is carrying a bag. It is very heavy. The bag he is carrying is very heavy. Kate wants some money. What is she going to do with it? What is Kate going to do with the money she won? The bag that he is carrying. The money that she won. The man was carrying a bag. The man was carrying. Kate won some money. The money Kate won. You wanted some books. The books you wanted. We met some people. The people we met. Did you find the books you wanted? The people we met were very friendly. The people we met were very friendly. Everything I said was true. The movie we saw was very good. The movie we saw was very good. Eve is talking to a man. Do you know the man Eve is talking to? We stayed at our hotel. The hotel we stayed at was near the station. I told you about some books. These are the books I told you about. The hotel where we stayed was near the station. I met a woman who can speak 6 languages. Jack was wearing a hat that was too big for him. I start work at 8 in the morning. The bank closed at 5. I can't sleep at night. I'm taking a trip at the end of October. Bye, see you on Friday. See you Friday. Do you work on Sundays? Do you work Sundays? The October is on November. The concert is on November 20. The concert is November 20. I'm leaving on Friday night. I'm leaving Friday night. They like treat out on the weekend. They like treat out on weekends. I'm taking a trip in October. Amy was born in 1995. The park is beautiful in the park. Do you often go out in the evening? Do you often go out in the evening? What are you doing this weekend? We go on vacation every summer. Last summer, we went to Europe. I'm leaving next Monday. Hurry, the train leaves in 5 minutes. Bye, I will see you in a few days. Bye, I will see you in a few days. We lived in Japan from 2007 to 2014. I worked from Monday to Friday. We lived in Japan from 2007 until 2014. They are leaving town tomorrow. They will be away until Friday. I went to bed early, but I wasn't tired. I read the book until 3 a.m. Wait here until I come back. Wait here till I come back. How long will you be away? Until Monday. When are you coming back? On Monday. Joe is in the hospital. He has been in the hospital since Monday. Sue and Dave have been married since 2012. It has been raining since I arrived. We lived in Japan from 2007 to 2014. We lived in Japan until 2014. Now we live in Denver. We came to Denver in 2014. We have lived in Denver since 2014. Joe has been in hospital for 3 days. Grace stayed with us for 3 days. I'm going away for a few weeks. I'm going away for the weekend. They've been married for 10 years. Before the movie, during the movie, after the movie, everybody feels nervous before a test. I fell asleep during the movie. We were tired after our visit to the museum. Before we played, while we were playing, after we played. Don't forget to close the window before you go out. I often fell asleep while I'm reading. They watched TV after they did the dishes. They watched TV after they did the dishes. They watched TV after they did the dishes. We didn't speak during the meal. We didn't speak while we were eating. We played basketball for 2 hours. I lived in Florida for a year. I always have breakfast before going to work. After doing the dishes, they watched TV. Before eating the apple, I watched it carefully. I started work after reading the newspaper. Where's David? In the kitchen, in the garden, in Seoul. What's in the box? What's in the bag? What's in the closet? Rachel works in a bank. Rachel works in a store. Rachel works in a factory. I went for a swim in the river. I went for a swim in the pool. I went for a swim in the ocean. Milan is in the north of Italy. Napoli is in the south. I live in a big city, but I'd like to live in the country. At the bus stop, at the door, at the traffic light, at her desk. There's somebody at the bus stop. There's somebody at the door. The car is waiting at the traffic light. Anna is working at her desk. Write your name at the top of the page. My house is at the end of the street. There are some books on the shelf and some pictures on the wall. There are a lot of apples on those trees. Don't sit on the grass, it's wet. There is a stamp on the envelope. Who's that man on the motorcycle? Where's Kate? She's in bed. David's father is sick. He's in the hospital. I like to look at the stars in the sky at night. What's the largest city in the world? What is the largest city in the world? City. Largest. What is the largest city in the world?
Where's Kate?
She's in bed.
David's father is sick. He's in the hospital.
I like to look at the stars in the sky at night.
What's the largest city in the world?
What's the largest city in the world? What's the largest city in the world?
What's the largest city in the world?
What's the largest city? What's the largest city in the world? I read about the accident in the newspaper. You look sad in this picture. Did you come here in your car? There's a big tree in the middle of the yard. Where's Kate? She's at work. Do you want me to meet you at the train station? I saw your brother at the post office today. Where were you yesterday? At my sister's. I saw Tom at the doctor's. There weren't many people at the party. We stayed in a nice hotel. Where's your sister? Is she home? No, she's at school. Does your sister have a job? No, she's still in school. No, she's still in college. Did you come here on the bus? The office is on the second floor. I met Anna on the way to work. I met Anna on the way home. My brother lives on a nice street.
We're going to New York on Sunday.
The Statue of Liberty is in New York.
Liberty. We are going to New York on Sunday. The Statue of Liberty is in New York. The Statue of Liberty is in New York. I want to go to Mexico next year. My brother lives in Mexico. We walked from my house to the mall. The best stores are in the mall. What time do you go to bed? I like to read in bed. The bus is going to the airport. The bus is at the airport. Karen didn't go to work yesterday. Sarah wasn't at work yesterday. I went to a party last night. I met a lot of people at the party. We'd like you to come to our house. Helen stayed at her brother's house. I'm tired. I'm going home. Do you work home? I'm staying home tonight. I'm staying at home tonight. Dan doesn't work in an office. He works at home. They arrived in this country last week. What time did you arrive at the hotel? What time did you get to the hotel? What time did you get to Tokyo? I was tired when I got home. I was tired when I arrived home. Ashley is next to Ben. Ben is between Ashley and Chelsea. Dan is in front of Ben. Eric is behind Ben. Ashley is on the left. Chelsea is on the right. Ben is in the middle. Ben is in the middle. Anna is sitting in front of Brandon. Anna is sitting across from Chris. Chris is sitting across from Anna. Who is that man standing by the window? Our house is by the ocean. If you feel cold, why don't you sit by the fire? The cat is under the table. The girl is standing under a tree. I'm wearing a jacket under my coat. A is above the line. B is below the line. The pictures are above the shelves. The shelves are below the pictures. Sarah is going to France next week. We walked from the hotel to the station. A lot of English words come from Latin. We jumped into the water. A man came out of the house and got into a car. I took the old batteries out of the radio. I put new batteries in the radio. Don't put your feet on the table. Please take your feet off the table. I'm going to hang some pictures on the wall. Be careful, don't fall. Be careful, don't fall off your bike. We got on the bus downtown. We walked up the hill to the house. Be careful, don't fall down the stairs. The plane flew over the mountains. I jumped over the wall into the yard. Some people say it is unlucky to walk on the ladder. A bird flew into the room through a window. The old highway goes through the town. The new road goes around the town. The bus stop is just around the corner. I walked around the town and took some pictures. I was walking along the road with my dog. Let's go for a walk along the river. The dog swam across the river. They walked past me without speaking. Excuse me, how do I get to the hospital? Go along this street, past the movie theater, under the bridge, and the hospital is on the left. Megan is at work this week. She's on vacation. We watched the news on TV. We listened to the news on the radio. I spoke to Rachel on the phone last night. The house is on fire. Call the fire department. Was the train late? No, it was on time. Olivia got married at 21. A car uses more gas at 70 miles an hour than at 55. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Do you like traveling by train? Jean usually goes to work by bike. You can't get there by car. You have to go on foot. Have you read any books by Charles Dickens? Who's that painting by? Andy Warhol? I was bitten by a dog. Did you stay at a hotel or with friends? Wait for me. Please don't go without me. Do you like your coffee with or without milk? I cut the paper with a pair of scissors. Do you know that man with the beard? I'd like to have a house with a big yard. Some people talk about their work all the time. I don't know much about cars. There was a program about volcanoes on TV last night. Did you see it? Help. He's afraid of me. I'm not very good at math. I'm fed up with my job. Are you afraid of dogs? Are you scared of dogs? Are you angry about last night? Why are you mad at me? What did I do? Tina is very bad at tennis. Lisa is very different from her sister. Lisa is very different than her. Lisa is very different than her sister. I'm fed up with my job. I want to do something different. The room was full of people. Are you good at math? I'm not interested in sports. Sue is married to a dentist. It was nice of you to help us. Thank you very much. It was nice of you to help us. David is very friendly. He's always very kind to me. He's always very kind to me. I'm afraid I can't help you. I'm sorry about that. Sorry for being late. Sorry about being late. I feel sorry for them. They are in a very difficult situation. I'm not very good at telling stories. Are you fed up with doing the same thing every day? I'm sorry for being late. Thank you for helping me. Mark is thinking of buying a new car. Tom left without saying goodbye. After doing the housework, they went shopping. After doing the housework, they went shopping. Don't ask me for money. I don't have any. This house doesn't belong to me. I can't find my phone. What happened to it? Listen to this music. It's great. Did you talk to Matt? Did you talk to Matt about the problem? I'd like to speak to the major, please. Don't lose this book. Take care of it. Thank you very much for your help. He never thinks about other people. Nick is thinking of buying a new car. Wait for me. I'm almost ready. He's looking at his watch. Look at these flowers. They are beautiful. Why are you looking at me like that? She lost her key. She's looking for it. I'm looking for Sarah. Have you seen her? I have to call my parents tonight. Should I text you or email you? I have to call my parents tonight. Do you like eating in restaurants? Sometimes it depends on the restaurant. Do you want to come with us? Do you want to come out with us? It depends where you are going. It depends on where you are going. Kate opened the door of the car and got in. I waited outside the store. I didn't go in. I went to the window and looked out. A car stopped and a woman got out. The bus came and I got on. Be careful, don't fall. Be careful, don't fall off. She stood up and left the room. I usually get up early. We looked up at the stars in the sky. The picture fell down. Would you like to sit down? Lie down on the floor. The thieves ran away. Emma got into the car and drove away. Tom has gone away for a few days. Go away and don't come back. We went out for dinner and then went back to our hotel. Tom is away. He will be back on Monday. I'm not sure what kind of car I want. I want to look around first. Somebody shouted my name, so I turned around. We went for a long walk. After an hour, we turned around and went back. It was cold, so I put on my coat. On. Here's your coat, put it on. I'm going to take my shoes off. Your shoes are dirty, take them off. It was dark, so I turned on the light. I turned the light on. I don't want to watch this program. You can turn it off. Those are my keys on the floor. Can you pick them up for me? I stopped reading and put my book down. Put down my book. You can take my umbrella, but please bring it back. I took my new sweater back to the store. It was too small for me. I have Rachel's keys. I have to give them back to her. I read the letter and then put it back in the envelope.